There are 8 weeks left in 2024, and I have good news for you. November and December are the biggest sales opportunity of the entire year. In this episode, my goal is to encourage you to take action and give you a detailed and clear plan for the remaining 8 weeks of the year for you to crush your goals. My name is Kerry, and welcome to the Print on Demand Playbook Podcast. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kerry here with a solo episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. First of all, I want to thank you so much for all of your messages you've been sending through, mainly through Instagram. I think we've got a couple in email as well, but I've been hearing from a lot of listeners in Instagram, and I know Adrian has as well. A lot of you have been reaching out kind of in group messages to us in Instagram, but also kind of one-on-one in some cases. Just want to say a huge thank you. It's so cool to be able to put a real person with our listeners, right? We don't get to see you in this format. So it's really cool to chat with you and just meet the real people that are actually listening to this show. And we've had quite a few messages from you guys over the last few weeks, and we're just really appreciative. And as we mentioned, for episode 100, which is coming up, this is episode 98. So we're just 2 weeks away from episode 100. We wanted to give away a few personal store reviews. So we're not going to be doing those reviews on the podcast. We're going to be doing those in private because we don't have permission to review people's stores here on the podcast. But we do want to give out a few of those store reviews in private. And so many of you have reached out. We're going to be picking a couple winners here before episode 100. So in the next couple weeks, we're going to be reaching out, and we'll want to do as many of those as we can for you. So we appreciate your messages. We appreciate you leaving reviews, and just want to say a huge thank you. And on that same note, I want to feature one of those listeners. One of you, hopefully you're listening out here. One of those listeners that did send us a message and also left a review on the podcast. Now, this review comes from Tracy V. What's up, Tracy V? I know Tracy V. Tracy V said, "Came for Kerry, stayed for both." So kind of you. Appreciate that comment. But the review says, "After winning a Shirt School course, I've been a loyal fan of Kerry. He's so helpful when it comes to this business. Love the co-host too. Thank you for providing so much value, and love that you are giving away a store review." Tracy V, thanks so much for reaching out. Tracy recently won a free Shirt School course, which is my program, for being a part of one of our Launch Your Brand Challenge events. We do a 5-day live event throughout the year. We do a bunch of them. And she was a winner. So congratulations. That's awesome. We're so happy to have you. And thank you so much for that review. You're so kind. And on that note, before I dive into the content today, I do want to just give you a quick offer. If you'd like to learn more about Shirt School, which is my program, if you want to learn about some stories from some of our students, some success stories, if you want to learn about my Shirt School system, kind of the 3-part system that has helped thousands of people since 2019 build profitable and sustainable online apparel and print-on-demand businesses, you can go check out a free class over at shirtschool.com. It's about 60 to 75 minutes. Going to show you a bunch of really successful students and also kind of break down my 3-part Shirt School system. Really informative class. Thousands of people have gone through this class over the years, and many of those people have become Shirt School students and then built successful print-on-demand and apparel businesses. So you're welcome to check that out over at shirtschool.com. All right, with all that out of the way, let's jump into today's episode. I'm really just going through 2 things today and a lot of points within that. But I want to talk to you about the opportunity for you in the final 8 weeks of 2024. And then I want to get into some specific strategy. And so in the second part, I want to lay out how I am approaching the final 8 weeks of this year and kind of my tips and strategies for you to really approach these final 8 weeks so that you can get the most out of your sales, make the most sales possible, and really take advantage of the best opportunity of the entire year to sell. So let's get into it, starting off with the opportunity in front of you. I want to encourage you a little bit. And so my first point for you today is it's time to go. It is time to get out there and really take advantage of these last 8 weeks. And I want you to take action. Now is the time to go all in for these last 8 weeks. For most people, it's time to rest, right? The holidays, we got Thanksgiving, we got Christmas, whatever holiday you're celebrating. Um, it's time to rest, right? They're like, hey, we got family time. And hopefully you get an opportunity to do all that. But for e-commerce sellers right now is the time to make the most money. Okay. And many businesses make their entire, the majority of their revenue in these last 2 months. It's where sales drastically increase. And like I said, many businesses, e-commerce businesses, can make more than they'll make in the first 10 months of the year in the final 2 months if you really take advantage of this. So for most of the world, it's time to rest. For us, it's time to go. It's time to take action. It's time to really get motivated and kind of go all in for these last 2 months. And so I want to be honest with you, is that going to require some more work, some more time invested? Absolutely, right? This isn't the time for us to rest when it comes to our print on demand or apparel business. It's time for us to increase our efforts, increase everything that we're doing and execute, right? Lean in at this time and really take action. And I just want to encourage you to be relentless, take risks throughout this time, do things that you haven't done before, try new things. But overall, my message here is get your get your big boy and big girl pants on, buckle up, and let's go all in for these last 8 weeks, because the opportunity in front of us is so great, and we can make so much money in these final 2 months, and we can rest in January. We can take a little time off in January, but let's capitalize on what is always the biggest time of the year. And I will also tell you that when we look at the statistics for the holiday season, pretty much every single year, if you go back and look at even probably the last 10 plus years, e-commerce grows, e-commerce sales grow every single year. Every year ends up being bigger than the last year. And so the opportunity just gets greater and greater every single year. And, it's sad, but as we see it so often, we see retail stores closing more and more, physical locations. That means more people are buying online. That means there is more opportunity when you're selling online. So we need to go all in. And that's really just my encouragement for you. I know it's a little tough because it's like, hey, there's more work to be done maybe than other parts of the year, but it is going to be worth it for you and your family and what you're trying to accomplish to go all in right now. Buckle up and let's go. All right. That was pretty short and sweet, but that's my encouragement for you as far as just taking action these final 8 weeks. Next, what I want to dive into is I want to dive into the strategy, and this is going to be the bulk of the episode. I've really got 3 kind of big strategy points here, and so I want to walk you through those. So the first strategy that I want to talk about is related to kind of what I just talked about a little bit in that first portion, but it is increase your selling efforts. Increase your selling efforts. Okay. What do I mean here? Well, essentially, what I mean is we talk a lot about building value with people. We talk a lot about putting out valuable content. We talk a lot about the mix of, hey, one thing I tell my students in church school is I'd say put out 2 to 3 pieces of valuable content for every one piece of sales content. And there's a saying out there that says people love to buy, but they don't like to be sold to. People don't generally like being sold to, right? Unless your brand or your company has built value with them first. And so throughout the year, hopefully you have been building value all year. You've hopefully been building up that email list. You've hopefully been building up that social media following and anywhere that you can build an audience. Hopefully you've been doing that throughout this year. But what I want to tell you about November and December is that this is the time to sell. This is not necessarily the time to continue building value. This is where you want to take advantage of what you've been building all year. The audience that you've been building all year, the email list you've been building all year, the social media following you've been building all year. Now it's time to take advantage, which means you need to sell more and put out the valuable content a little bit less. I'm not saying go all the way away from it, but you need to not be afraid to sell. During November and December, people have their wallets open. They're looking for deals. They're looking for gifts. And so a lot of times, when we go and sell, we increase the sales, the selling that we are doing. We're sending more emails, we're posting more about our products, right? People aren't in that same mindset that they might be throughout the rest of the year, because they're actually looking for gifts. They're actually looking to buy, right? And so they're not like offended as much when we're selling, if that makes sense. And what you'll notice from the brands that you follow is that you're going to get an increased amount of sales emails, sales posts, texts. If you're on those text messages list, you're going to see that brands are going to, big brands especially, they're going to up that volume. And what I would encourage you to do is do the same. Heavily increase your volume of sales related content, sales related emails. You need to increase selling efforts. Do not be afraid of offending people in these last 8 weeks. Do not be afraid of turning people off in these last 8 weeks, because now November and December is when people are going to spend the majority of the money that they want to spend on gifts and everything. This is when they're really going to do all of their shopping for the most part. It's going to be during November and December. They're expecting more sales content. Okay. So you need to increase your selling efforts heavily. Don't stop putting out the valuable content, but increase your selling content, lower your value-based content, bring it back in, a heavier mix on the value content once January comes back around. So what does that look like on a practical level? Increase your sales emails to your list 4 to 7 per week. Okay. I know it might sound crazy to some people out there, like, should I send 7? You really are telling me to send 7 sales-based emails per week? I don't think that's a bad idea, but I think somewhere between 4 and 7, 4 or 5 in that range is a really good number of sales emails to send out throughout the rest of the year. Yeah, that looks like every morning, your customers, your email list is waking up with another email from your brand, but you want to stay top of mind, right? They are in the mindset, and you probably are as well, because I know I am. I'm starting to get in the mindset of, okay, I've got my 2 kids, I've got my wife, and I've got all of my nieces, nephews, cousins, you know, uh, all different family members that I've got to buy gifts for. And so I'm thinking, what's going to be the gift? What's going to be the gift, right? And if your brand is staying top of mind with that customer list, they're going to go to you when they need that gift. That they're going to think of you first, right? And that's where you want to be. You want to be that first thought um, for people looking for gifts. So increase sales emails 4 to 7 per week. Next, increase your posts, social media posts with products, meaning on social media. If you got Instagram, right, that you're increasing the amount of sales based posts. That could be featuring new products, that could be advertising a sale, that could be posting sales posts in the stories, right? But you are upping the amount of sales posts that you are putting on social media. And lastly, when it comes to increasing your selling efforts, if you are running advertising, and I would heavily encourage you to do so, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, especially, you're going to want to increase how much you are spending during these last 2 months on your ads. Because typically, what I see every single year is that I see that my ad costs will go up a little bit during these times. And right now, when at the time of recording this, we're 1 week out from the presidential election. So at the time you're listening to this, it's going to be just a few days until election day. Hopefully after election day, we'll see those ad costs start to drop. But yes, your ads are going to cost a little bit more, because during this time of the year, ad costs always go up. But where the balance comes in is you're going to get drastically more people that are interested in your products, that are hopefully buying your products, but are definitely clicking on your products and are interested in your products, because it is the Christmas season. So people are in the mindset of buying, especially those gifts. So even though ad costs raise, they go up, you're going to also see the number of people interested in your brand also raise, and those things are going to balance out. And so typically what I see is that my ads are even more profitable during November and December than they are any other time of the year, just because typically the number of people interested in my products, when they see those ads, it outweighs the increased ad spend, and I end up making way more during these last 2 months. So I would highly encourage you to increase your ad spend during these last 2 months. You want to make every effort you can to get your products in front of as big of an audience as possible during November and December. Go all out, hire more influencers, post more, send more to your list, run more ads, do everything you can to get those products out there because it's just an easier sell during November and December. Don't be afraid of offending anybody, making anybody mad. Yes, you're going to get people that unsubscribe. That's okay. Keep selling. Okay, my next tip. This is my second strategy tip. Release more new designs and new products. Okay. Release more new designs and new products. So, first, overall, just increase your design output, meaning create more designs, release more new designs. Specifically, here's some ideas for you. Focus on Christmas designs, right? When you're, at the time of listening this, at the time you're listening to this, Halloween is over. So now let's shift gears to Christmas themed designs or holiday themed designs, ugly Christmas sweatshirts, funny holiday sayings, different things like that, right? In addition to that, continue to lean into trends both within your niche and bigger trends outside of your niche and continue to release new designs. So your designs during this time, during these last 8 weeks, they don't need to be 100% Christmas or holiday themed. You can continue releasing other new designs that aren't holiday themed. That's perfectly okay. But overall, you just need to increase your new design output, right? We want to have a heavy focus on offers and sales and new designs. And then we want new products. Okay. So the easiest thing I would encourage you to do, the best thing I would encourage you to do, and really just the easiest thing to really take advantage of new products is to repurpose your best selling designs on other products. Lean into your best sellers. If your best sellers have been best sellers throughout the rest of the year, guess what? They're going to be even bigger bestsellers during November and December. So you want to lean into those. Don't be afraid to post them, you know, more times on social media. Even if you posted them earlier in the year, post them again, right? But also put them on other products. This is the easiest way to add products to your store is to take your best sellers. If you don't have a lot of best sellers, just the designs that kind of you love the most, that you've seen the most interest in, at least put those on other products, right? Release new products here in these last 8 weeks. You want your email list, your following, like your potential customers, you want them to be seeing as much new and interesting things from your brand as possible. So they're seeing you put out new Christmas designs, holiday themed designs. They're seeing you come out with new products, right? Adding new products to the catalog. They're seeing you come out with new designs that aren't holiday themed, right? They're seeing all this stuff trickling out throughout these last 8 weeks. And that's going to be great for your brand. And add additional product offerings just because people will bundle more and people will spend bigger amounts in each order during the holiday and Christmas season. Okay. So you just want to have the most opportunity for you to make big sales. And that is going to be through new designs and also new products. So make sure you're adding new products to your catalog. Okay. So that's kind of my second strategy tip. And next, I want to talk about the third and final strategy tip to crush these last 8 weeks. This one is going to be your November and December sales or discount strategy. How should you run your holiday sales through these last 8 weeks of the year? So here's what I'm going to give you in this section. I'm going to give you what I'm doing. Okay. This is what I'm doing. And so I'm going to kind of give you recommendations based off of that. What I want you to understand is that when it comes to these holiday sales, there's a lot of strategies out there. There's a lot of different ways that you can do it. This information or this advice is not saying this is the only way, but this is saying this is what I'm doing. And this is kind of based off of 8 years of selling during the holiday season for myself, and then also what I've seen from my students, and then also what I've learned from other experts and credible people in the space. And so kind of combining all that, this is the strategy I'm recommending, and this is kind of what I'm doing this year. And again, I haven't done exactly this every year, but I'm taking everything I've learned and kind of applying it to what I'm doing this year. And so this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to give you some tips around that. You can follow this if you want. You can take bits and pieces from it, however you want to do it. But this is kind of my advice. So November and December sales and discount strategy. First, I want to encourage you to run 2 to 3 primary sales during these last 8 weeks. Okay. And so let me explain that 2 to 3. So you can either go Black Friday and Cyber Monday as a combined sale, basically. So that's one. And then a smaller sale leading up to Christmas post Cyber Monday. Or if you want to run 3 sales, you can go with a Black Friday sale, a separate Cyber Monday sale, and then a smaller sale leading up to Christmas. That's going to be the strategy I'm going with is 3 sales, a Black Friday sale, a Cyber Monday sale, and then a sale post Cyber Monday leading up and actually through Christmas. So let's break this down. Let's talk about your Black Friday sale. I would encourage you to run this Black Friday morning. So you can start it at midnight. You can start it at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I'm going to start mine at probably 8 a.m. Black Friday morning. Now, and I'm going to encourage you to run this through Monday night at midnight. So you can do typically what I do is 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. So I let it run through the latest time zone in the U.S. So Friday through Monday night, Friday morning through Monday night, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. Now, let me explain this a little bit. You might be hearing this and you might be thinking, wait a second. Don't all these brands run these long, Black Friday sales? Again, this is just my personal strategy. This is my personal advice. And here's why I like to do it this way. I really like to build that hype leading up to Black Friday. I want my customers and my potential customers, I want them to be hanging on the edge of their seat, waiting for that Black Friday sale to drop. And I want to build a lot of hype leading up to Black Friday because I want to position it as the biggest sale of the year. This is going to be the best deal that we offer all year, right? And so I want to build a lot of hype leading up to that. And so I feel that, and I have to say, I feel confident in this, that there is a psychology around it is called Black Friday. And so people automatically think that on Black Friday, I'm going to get the best deal. And they're waiting for Black Friday. Even when sales drop early and different things, they're waiting for Black Friday, okay, psychologically. And so, and also I want to say that a lot of times what you'll see is that for a lot of these companies that are doing really early Black Friday deals, maybe a week or 2 week in advance, typically, this is not always, but typically it's going to be large companies that have a lot of different products and a lot of different offerings, like a Walmart, like an Amazon, like a Best Buy, where they can say, okay, these 3 days, it's going to be a TV sale. And for these 3 days, it's going to be a clothing sale. And for these 3 days, it's going to be tech gadgets, whatever, cookware, right? Kitchen stuff. They can position these different offers over a number of days. For most of us, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing kind of one big sale that's kind of site wide. Okay. And so we're not going to have all these separate offers that are going to allow us to sell for a week or 2 weeks leading up to Black Friday. If you want to do that, feel free. But my recommendation would be to build hype up until your Black Friday sale drops on Black Friday. Again, you can open it at midnight. You can open it at early in the morning. I'm going to probably open mine around 8 a.m. Friday morning, and I'm going to run it until Monday night, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. I've got a typo here. Friday through Sunday, because Monday is going to be Cyber Monday. So Friday through Sunday night. Excuse me. Typo in my notes. I apologize. So what are we going to do for this Black Friday sale? Well, first of all, we got to build hype. So we're going to use the time leading up to Black Friday, which is going to be about 28 days, to build hype for that Black Friday sale. So we're going to be sending, in addition to all of our selling content that we're starting to ramp up, we're going to be putting in some of our emails, we're going to be teasing that there is the the biggest sale of the year coming on Black Friday, starting at 8 a.m. or whatever time. We're going to be teasing that in our emails. We're going to be teasing that in our social media posts, different things that we're doing, right? Now, here's one strategy that I think most of you, if not all of you, can use to your advantage to really even build bigger hype and help you in your marketing. And that is giving early access to VIPs. There's a couple things you can do here. So starting, November 1st, you can change your email pop-up on your website. Instead of offering a 10% code or 15% code, you can change that pop-up to get early access to our Black Friday sale, right? And so all you're going to do is you're going to go into Klaviyo, you're going to go into whatever software you're using, change that pop-up to, get early access or unlock early access to the Black Friday sale into your email, right? That's first. Second, you can go and email your list, okay? And you can say, do you want early access? Do you want VIP access to the Black Friday sale? Just click this button, right? And you can tell your email software when they click that button to tag them as early access VIP. It's a pretty simple thing to do. But essentially what you want to do is you want to create a list of early access VIP members that get early access to the Black Friday sale. And what you can do is you can drop that Black Friday sale a few days in advance of your actual Black Friday sale. So if you're going to launch Black Friday at 8 a.m. like I am, I'm going to give early access to the sale on Wednesday for like 48 hours leading up until Black Friday to a smaller group of people that opt in for the early access sale. So that creates hype. It gets your most loyal people access early, which is just a cool perk, right? You can even position it like, hey, get the early access so we don't run out of stock, different things like that. It's a really good strategy. In addition to that, talking about what kind of sale to offer. Now, one thing that I mentioned in a previous episode, if you want to listen to this episode, I would highly recommend it. Go back and listen to episode 92, where I spent 2 days with $1 million print-on-demand sellers in Amsterdam. And there was some amazing advice shared in that episode, but also when I was there, I got some amazing advice. One of the things that they talked about a lot, which I'm going to be doing, and I've done before, but I'm going to be doing this year, is that they shared data that shows that the most successful Black Friday sales are percentage off site-wide, okay? Don't do anything weird. Don't be like 15% off this or 20% off this or 20% off this if you purchase this, okay? They just saw that site-wide sale. So if you say 20% off site-wide or 25% off site-wide or whatever you want to do, just make it off of everything. Those are the best performing sales because they are simple. Keep your sales as simple as possible. So what you want to offer is a 20%, 25%, 30%, whatever works for you, site-wide sale, meaning everything is going to be discounted that percentage, okay? Keep your sale as simple as possible. And also mention that this is the biggest sale of the year. They're never going to get a deeper discount than they're going to get for this Black Friday sale. So that's Black Friday sale. Let's next talk about Cyber Monday. And I'm going to keep this pretty simple for you. Cyber Monday can either be an extension of the same offer or can be a different kind of offer. Okay. So let's talk about this. So one of the strategies you can do is you can basically make Black Friday and Cyber Monday one big sale, and you can run that sale for an entire week or even longer if you'd like. But I would say from Friday, Black Friday through the next Friday, maybe cap it there, right? And what you can do is you can just change your messaging. So once Monday comes along, you can say, hey, now it was a Black Friday sale, now it's a Cyber Monday sale, and you have the same offer there. Another thing you can do, which I think is more effective, this is what I'll be doing, is have a different offer other than your Black Friday offer for Cyber Monday. It's just something that's a little bit different. Now, what you want to be careful of is, it's not a horrible thing if you do this, but what I would try not to do is you don't want your Cyber Monday sale to be like bigger or worse than your Black Friday sale. So you don't want your Cyber Monday sale. You definitely don't want it to be bigger than your Black Friday sale, right? You want your Black Friday sale to be the biggest sale of the year. But Cyber Monday, it can either be a small step down in discount from your Black Friday sale, or it can be comparable to your Black Friday sale, but offered in a different way. So maybe it's get $10 off for every, 75 you spend, like something along those lines, right? Maybe it's free shipping, 10% off and free shipping on everything, something like that, but a different offer that's a little bit different than your Black Friday sale. Okay, something that's maybe comparable, but a little bit different. You want to run the sale Monday, the Monday after Thanksgiving, so I think it's December 1st, through that following Friday. So basically a 5-day sale. Okay. And then kind of wrapping this up, the final sale of the year, I would recommend, and what I'll be doing when I do this every year, is I run a Christmas sale or a holiday season sale post Cyber Monday sale, which is a smaller offer. It's probably going to be considerably smaller than your Black Friday or Cyber Monday sale. But I think it's important to have some kind of offer through December for people buying those last minute gifts. It just kind of pulls them in a little bit more, right? And so some kind of smaller offer, maybe it's 15%, maybe it's just a smaller discount, maybe it's just free shipping, something like that, but have some kind of holiday sale that's basically going to run from Monday, December 9th through, I'm going to be running mine through December 27th, but you can go through the end of the year if you like. So December 9th through like December 27th or through the end of the year. But this is just going to be a smaller sale that's going to give those last minute shoppers the opportunity to get a small discount on their order from your store. And I would definitely recommend having some kind of sale post Cyber Monday. Now, what I would say, just to clear up these dates, is if you run it this way, just to kind of clear this up. So let's go back here. I'm looking at my calendar. Let's go back to November. So just to recap all of this, what I'm going to be doing, VIP early access sale is going to be running from Wednesday, November 27th for 48 hours. Then I'm going to launch my Black Friday sale on November 29th. That's going to run through Sunday, December 1st. And then I'm going to switch right over to my Cyber Monday sale, December 2nd. I'm going to run that through Friday, December 6th. Then there's going to be a small break in the action, a 2-day break with no sales. Then December 9th, I'm going to launch my Christmas end of year sale, you could call it. And that's going to run the 9th through Friday, December 27th. You could also run this through the end of the year if you'd like. But that's going to be my plan, and that's going to be my advice for you throughout this holiday season, these last 8 weeks. So just to recap this, it's time to take action. It's time to get after it. It's time to put those work boots on, get to work these final 8 weeks. This is not time to rest, not time to relax. Of course, you want to take those few days, right? Spend time with your family, but this is a time to make a ton of money in your e-commerce business. I hope this has been super helpful for you today. I want to encourage you to subscribe. If you're a new listener with us, subscribe on whatever podcast platform you are listening from. If you're watching over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. That helps you get notified when new episodes release. And with that, I want to say a huge thank you for listening today, and we'll see you in the next one.